Hello! So great to see you again. Look at what I got behind me. Nice wrinkly white screen. So this is my third and hopefully final time filming this. This is my go-to full face of makeup. Eyeshadow, mascara, eyeliner, the whole 9 yards. So I guess I'll just start with my face, you know? Okay, I'm gonna do this. First, One Heck of a Blot by Soap & Glory Pore Filling Primer. Bless me. So I just tap that into my pores. You know, rub the rest around my face. And then I go in with my Smashbox Primer Water. And just spray this all over my face. I'm going to use the Fenty Pro Filter Foundation, and that is in the shade 150. It's described as a soft matte, long-wearing foundation. And then blend it in with a brush that looks just about like that. Real, recognize real. And then I just go in with the rest of that and put it on areas that I want a little bit of extra coverage, like some breakouts, dark spots. Usually it just goes on my cheeks. My cheeky deekies. When the foundation's mostly blended, my last motion is always to go down the face, because your hair, you know, everybody has hair on their face, a little bit of peach fuzz. The way your hair grows, it grows down your face. So when you just brush down your face like this, it's just kind of setting everything down, and it makes it look a lot more seamless and natural and well blended. Then I'm just gonna take a little bit of concealer. It's the Benefit Boing Brightening Concealer in number 1. But I really do need a new spot concealer. So if anybody knows some good spot concealers, let me know. Because I got some spots I need to conceal. So next, I use the Tarte Shape Tape Concealer in the shade Light. I do a swipe, and then right in that dark inner corner spot. I'm gonna use my Real Techniques Beauty Sponge and just dab that right out in a triangle motion. And then I use it as a primer as well, like an eye primer, so I just blend that right onto my eyelids to cover up any veins. A cream highlighter, which I cannot necessarily locate. Oh, never mind. Okay, but I just use this little cream highlighter, whatever one you have laying around works. If you don't have one, this step is really not necessary. I just put it right on my cheekbones. Always do your creams first and then do your powders. That's just the easiest way to do things. But you know, there's no real rules, so like if you don't want to do that, I guess it doesn't really matter. Okay, so when I set my under eye concealer, I always dab out all of the creases that I can, just by going in like triangular motions, out and down and up and out and in and down and up and out, that type of routine. And then I take my Kat Von D Shade and Light palette, and I take the pink shade and the yellow shade and mix them together, and then I just kind of dab this right under the eyes. And then I also set my eyelids after I put the concealer on, because if you're gonna put eyeshadow over top, you need that initial powder base just so all the shadows blend and don't stick to the concealer. Okay, so after that, I use a face powder. Yeah, I use the Wet n Wild pressed powder, Wet n Wild has really like awesome products, and they don't test on animals, and they're so cheap. Whenever I'm putting a powder directly on top of a cream or a liquid foundation, I always dab because I don't want to move around that product that's underneath the powder. I just want to be funny and quirky, you guys. So I'm gonna do my eyebrows off camera because I don't think anyone would really want to learn how to get my eyebrows because they kind of suck. So catch you guys in a second. It's really just about as good as it's gonna get, people, because girl, you need help. Okay, so now that we look nice and beady-eyed, we're just gonna, you know, start it. So my favorite eyeshadow palette is Sweat Petch. Sweat Petch. I'm so funny. Okay, yeah, but I'm gonna use the Too Faced Sweet Peach palette. This is a go-to eyeshadow look for me. If I'm going out to a party, if I, you know, am going to class and want to look like exceptionally nice for like a presentation or something. If I just want to like do something that I'm gonna feel good in and I'm gonna like the outcome of it. Okay, so I mixed the shades Georgia, Candied Peach, and Just Peachy. And I start by blending that all over in my transition and also on the outer, pretty much half of my eye. Whenever I go in with any type of powder product, I always tap off the excess. You can always add more, but it's a lot harder to take away. Blendy, 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 blendy. Oh! So next, I go in with the shade Puree on like a MAC 217 brush. So I just kind of place that on the outer third of my eye, start doing smaller circular motions, and then start to bring that into my crease with a windshield wiper type thing. So I go in between circular and windshield wiper. And then after every step, every additional color that I add, I always blend it out, because that is just gonna make the look a lot more seamless, and it's easier to blend that way rather than putting all of your colors on and then trying to blend it all out. Okay, and then I'm gonna take Summer Yum and do the same type of thing that I did with Puree. And again, just blending that out with a big fluffy brush. After I did all that, this step is really not necessary, but since I have this product, I really like the way it looks up with my green eyes. This is the Jillian Dempsey Lid Tint. I saw this on, what blog is that? The blog that Glossier like started from. I think it's called Into the Gloss or something. But yeah, I saw this on that blog, the Jillian Dempsey Lid Tint, and mine is in the shade Glimmer. It's really just like a peachy type shade. I'll just take this on my ring finger and kind of dab that on to the inner corner / middle of the lid. So next I'm going to take the shade Bellini from the palette on a flat shader brush. I'm gonna put this right over top that lid tint that we just put on. I just put this pretty much all over my eyelid. And then I go in with the shade Luscious, and I'll put that right on the center of my eye, just to give me a little bit of dimension and shine. rather than just having one shimmer shade, why not do two? Who cares? After that, I take a more tapered blending brush, smaller than the ones that we've been using, mix the shade Cobbler and Caramelized, and put that on the outer corner. So I'll just go in with no additional product on this brush and just do the same type of motion that I was doing with the shades Puree and Summer Yum. Circular and then a windshield wiper type, back and forth. Makeup is so fun. It's fucking awesome. This is pretty much it for the lid. For the lower lash line, I do all of the same shades that I put on the lid. So starting with Georgia, Candied Peach, and Just Peachy. And then I mix the shades Puree and Summer Yum. So mixing a little bit of Cobbler and Caramelized. Put that on the outer half of my lower lash line just to connect my lower lash line to my upper lash line. Finally, I do an inner corner highlight with the shade Nectar, and I just pop that on. And then I mix White Peach and Nectar because I've never been a really big fan of shimmery brow bones, so I always mix my shimmers with a matte. This is one of my favorite eyeliners, and it's by NYX Cosmetics. It's the Slide On, Glide On, oh wait, no, what is this? Oh, it's called the NYX Slide On, Glide On, Stay On, and Definitely a Turn On Waterproof Extreme Shiny Eyeliner. In parentheses it says, this eyeliner is so good the name had to be this long! Exclamation point. And mine is in the shade Golden Bronze. So what I do is almost like a winged liner just on the outer half of my upper lash line, and then I'll just kind of take my finger and blend that out. And it just gives me a little bit of definition there, like if you look at the comparison between my eyes. I just like the way it looks. I don't know if I want to put it on my waterline, but I think I'm going to. Okay. And now we move on to the rest of our face. I use Benefit Hoola bronzer. Tap off the excess on a tapered brush, something like that. This is from Real Techniques. I just follow the line from the tip of my ear to the corner of my mouth. Blend that up my temples. And on my chin. To contour, I take the middle shade of the Kat Von D Shade and Light. And then I'll just blend that out with the same brush that I bronzed with. For highlighter, I use my Jaclyn Hill Becca palette, this one, which I love. Like, as you can see, I literally love. So I take a brush like this and just highlight my life away. And then for blush, I mix the shades in this palette. I love putting blush on my nose because I think it really just kind of ties the whole look together. Like if you go out in the cold or if you get sun, like it just naturally, you blush on your nose as well. So that's why I put it there. And finally, mascara really quick. So I just put mascara on. I used the Too Faced Better Than Sex in Waterproof. This is like what I've been absolutely loving. It just makes me feel so great about myself. And that is the Fenty Beauty Gloss Bomb. Can we talk about this? Like, holy shit. This is such a great lip gloss. Like, look at what it does for me right now. What? It makes my eyes sparkle. Like, I love it. I feel so pretty. Oh, God. Makeup's so fun. So, this is the final look that we have going on here.